So first of all, allow me to appreciate your inputs and submissions. Please clap for yourselves. I must say that whatever you've given us as guidance is something we are going to take into review and consideration, and we hope that at the end it will be of great value to all of us as we seek to collaborate moving forward. I thought it would be wise to pick a few questions that may be from all the presentations that you've seen, and also through the discussions. If there are any particular questions beyond the feedback that you've given, we are happy to receive those questions at this point. Are there any questions? So,
IFC program.
So ideally, the deadline. Okay, so the question from him is, what is our deadline for the program that was presented of IFC? So the deadline is was extended to 14th, 15th actually, but in our communication is 14th December. So we should have closed it in October, but as Joy mentioned, 2 pillar countries were short of the targets because South Africa and Egypt, we needed to at least get 300 and above responses. Somebody would ask, why is Uganda not among the pillar countries? These organizations that have finance evaluate where is a lot of money going in Africa. So they evaluated that most innovations that are attracting a lot of money are in those 4 countries. So they decided would love to know at least some responses. What are their expectations in terms of support? So that as they look at what the organizations in those countries do, they can give insights, but also in our organizations, the ESOs or the fund, any entrepreneur support organizations in other parts can also get an insight, what are the others doing. So it's more of to help the other players, but also to get to know how are these guys different? Is it in what they're doing, in what they're thinking, or the people who are supporting them? So that this feedback can also go to the others. Yeah, so to answer 14th, yes, please, Assumpta. If he's investing in South Africa, then his interest is South Africa. So he simply answers as a South African investor. Yes, because in the questions, the way it profiles, it will capture which country are you focusing on. It's not where you're staying, but which country are you focusing on. Yes. Any other question? Yes, please.
Under this ecosystem survey, going to be interested to join this platform that you are developing? And then I'd also like to know from a BDS perspective, somebody who gets onto the program, exactly how are you marketing this platform to would-be clients of companies like ours?
Okay, so I have got maybe questions in 2 dimensions. I think one was on IFC and the other was on BDS. So for the IFC, it's simply a project where if an entrepreneur is interested and fills in, he's basically profiled in terms of his tastes, his preferences, the kind of support he wants, the kind of money he wants. So what IFC does is they have analysts who will evaluate. They have the algorithms and whatever. So they evaluate, and based on the responses they've got from other ESOs, they will simply match. So for example, if it is Uganda and somebody maybe has not yet met Churat before or Yuri before, they say, based on these things you've told us, these organizations could be important. You know, sometimes you start business and you simply know only one organization. So they simply want to share for the entrepreneurs. That is the scope of recommendations. But they may be interested in the business, so they will actually reach out with their experts and say, okay, we want to know more. And they may collaborate with a local ecosystem player to work with the entrepreneur to take him to another level. Yeah. So in a nutshell, that is basically what they're doing. And then from the platform side, this platform you are seeing, we it's a very slow and baby step. I'm glad I'm seeing Sylvia from KCC. It's something that you keep on modeling and learning and improving, because the interest is not to have a platform that is not functional, but to work with people who it will benefit. Now, for example, we are working with CFOs, we worked with experts in different programs. The question is, how can we add value and share the value together? How can we leverage on their networks, but also add value in the process? Now, each of you is working with about 5 to 10 clients, or at the end you'll be working with quite a good number of clients. Beyond BDS, if this client is valid for money, why don't we work together and ensure that he accesses money and we also benefit? So those are the opportunities. We are just trying to add more opportunities to what experts are doing. You'll notice that in an expert's world, it's a highly seasonal business. There is a time when you can feel like you are having enough rain the way we've received in Uganda. And there is a time it can be dry and you even wonder, will rain ever rain in my? So it happens, and these are people who have families, they have dependencies. Okay, and because he's an expert, most of may not even be in NSSF or whatever. So there is no security, and on our side to us is, if we can work with the experts and create a consistent pipeline of opportunities, then his life, but also his expertise can be maximally utilized. So that is how we are approaching it. Because of time, if there are other questions, I think we shall accommodate them later. I'm just trying to manage, because our target was to finalize a few of these things by, I don't know if I can be helped here. The presentation is not showing. Okay, so I'm just going to finalize the whole presentations, just more of summing up what has been shared. Okay, so I think my colleagues have shared the past and currently what we are doing, but the question is, where are we trying to move and what are we trying to? So I thought I would share this with you. To us as Imuka, our mission is really, we want an entrepreneur to experience a world where he sees opportunities and financing for sustainable growth. Sustainable growth means he's growing, but also his community is actually growing. And we are doing this by creating a convenient access. We want the investor to conveniently access opportunities that they can put their money. And instead of in a year, you'll be surprised, but most investors, you will find many cases they invest 3 to 5, they are okay investing. But what if we can increase that to 20, but they are confident that these deals will be managed with the support of experts, okay? And where they are also generating revenue. So we want our different stakeholders to conveniently access the various opportunities relevant. If there's an entrepreneur who needs support and you are an expert and you are available, why don't you be able to support and benefit or earn from it? So to us, that is what we want to be able to achieve. And you'll notice our values in everything we've done. In most cases, we've not done alone. I don't know if you noticed that attribute. We actually don't work alone. Because if we even tried to work alone, we would not achieve. All these things that have been shared is because we are collaborating and working with various partners. So collaboration is one of our core DNA values. Accountability is also very key on us. What you need to understand is, for you to be able to work together on either transaction, you need to trust the people you are dealing with. So you need to trust that your money will come through, and I need to trust that the work will be done well. So if you see, maybe I think Joy shared what we have done maybe in the IFC project. We could only do it because we got associates who trusted us and we trusted them, and they were able to deliver and we were also able to pay. You get, so accountability in terms of what we agree is very key. And in what we are doing, if we don't have accountability, if you cannot trust us, then how can you work with us? Same to, if we cannot trust you, how can we work together? So we need to build a value system that is very accountable. And we are very courageous, so we are equally ambitious. I don't think we would have accepted a task to knock doors across Africa if we were not keen to say, you know what, we can actually dare and do it. So to us, courage is key. We can take challenges, and so if there are any program or opportunities, we are happy to pursue them. And legacy, to us, any company or we want you to leave a mark that is positive to the community. The business, you the person, and the entrepreneur should leave a legacy that adds value to the future generation. What do we do? I think in summary, we do business development support, capital raising. For investors, we do deal sourcing, origination, and then we support various programs. If you have a program and you want it to be managed, I think we've shared two particular examples of programs, but also Gloria shared some historical programs we've been part of. The question is, why are we doing this? We feel the next generation needs to have answers and not questions. And we are trying to be part of the answers in ensuring that the children, our grandchildren, and our can at least have something to look forward to and not problems to mitigate that we leave behind. And our 3-year goal is really to support 10,000 businesses. That can only happen if we have more than 100 to 1,000 experts to work with. So we are actually very deliberate to see how can we have these 10,000, those clients of yours who are working with, how can we ensure that they access resources and grow. So that is a target, but as I said, it can only happen with your collaboration, and obviously we have to also to use technology because it's not something you can simply do that way. But the scarier goal is by 2030 we shall have supported 1 million across Africa. So 10,000 is just to test that it works, but our target is we have to reach 1 million businesses and at least 1,000 unicorns by 2030. Yeah, as you can see, it's simply purely because we can collaborate and we can work together. These goals come with very productive results to the individuals who are involved and the partners that we work with. So our plea to you is, let us work together with mutual interest, mutual goals. I know that at the end, or at least we should be able to ensure that each of us is happy in whatever endeavor that we do.